Tonight, a traffic stop in Seguin is raising questions tonight after a driver says a brake light issue quickly escalated into an arrest. Now he's speaking to KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez about what happened and why he believes it went too far. Mike?
EC's Juan Villa says he was on his way home last Tuesday when he was pulled over by a Seguin police officer for a brake light that was out. But Villa admits he didn't pull over right away.
I felt that it was kind of unsafe for either the officer or myself to just be parked on a main streets of Seguin.
Juan Villa says he drove to a neighborhood where he did feel safe and along the way gave the officer a thumbs up.
And when I whipped my siren at you, you gave me a thumbs up. What did that mean?
To let him know he was aware he was being pulled over. Once Villa finally stopped, he says the officer asked him to get out of his car. Villa says he told the officer he was going to start a Facebook Live.
You can put both hands up here.
I was aware that I was going to be recording, and so then I placed the phone on the hood.
Why did you choose
In the video, the officer asked him why he didn't pull over sooner.
I was just pulling into a location where I knew it was safe for both parties.
Then more officers arrive.
One of the other officers began to ask the police officer that's in frame,
You got a looting?
and then eventually he said, yes, I do. At that point, I still wasn't under arrest. For all my 9,000 followers.
While that interaction is going on, Villa mentions his 9,000 followers watching. And it's at that point the officer grabs his phone and throws his phone into a police unit. Another 2.5 minutes go by before Villa is arrested and put in the back of the unit.
I couldn't believe that a brake light and traveling just only a few blocks could turn into an arrest.
We asked attorney Joe Holscher to weigh in. He is not connected to this case in any way.
Is that it's kind of an unusual evading in that he wasn't speeding, he wasn't taking evasive action. He threw a thumbs up to the cops to let them know that he saw them and was going to respond. That's not evading.
Holscher says Texas law gives you the right to look for a safe spot to pull over. Holscher also disagreed with the officer's action of taking Villa's phone away.
In Texas, you can record and are not interfering with the duties of a public servant as long as what you're doing is speech only. So as long as you don't touch an officer, your recording is protected speech, especially if you're live streaming to an audience.
Now, in a statement, Seguin police say in part that Villa failed to yield and continued driving for several blocks before stopping, and say his phone was taken away once it was determined he would be arrested and was secured and placed inside the vehicle for safekeeping, which is consistent with standard procedure.
I really think that the Seguin PD were out of line, and I think that their statement was disingenuous.
They're watching right now.
It's clear from the video that the officer was reacting to the fact that he was being live streamed.
Mike Jimenez,
Whoa.
KENS 5.